adaptation of a classic 1980s movie is on stage at the Beaver Dam Area Community Theater this weekend.
Footloose is a musical based on the beloved film about a big city kid who moves to a small town where dancing is banned. Let's go backstage with Michael Bruno.
I'm punching that same card. 8 hours busting my butt. Oh, tell me what I got. I got this feeling that time is holding me down.
Most, if not all, the music from the movie that just, blew up. The title track, Footloose is in there. We've got Let's Hear It for the Boys in there. Holding Out for a Hero. They're all in there, but they're woven into the story so that the characters are singing it.
Tonight I gotta cut loose, footloose. Kick off your Sunday shoes.
I am the new kid in a small town. I moved from Chicago, and I'm just thrown into this town which I have no idea what the rules are or the people or what I'm supposed to do. All I'm trying to do is fit in.
Well, you can find it on any map.
What's the name of it?
Folks are flocking from all over.
What's the name of it?
Beaumont.
Beaumont? Where the hell is Beaumont?
Learning all the choreography for that, was it difficult?
Yes, I remember my first rehearsal. It was 6 hours long, and the first 2 to 3 hours of it, it was just me and the choreographer just going at it straight in for one of my solo pieces, and I thought it was a little overwhelming at first, but once I had a couple run-throughs and a couple more rehearsals, it just came nice, and it just flowed nicely, and it's a lot of fun to do.
So what's it like portraying a kid in the 80s? What are you learning about that era?
I'm learning a lot about the hair. So I'm Rusty. She was originally in the movie. She was Sarah Jessica Parker, so big shoes to fill. I like to call Rusty, she's sort of the hopeless romantic of the show. She's had this big crush for a long time, and it never really goes anywhere until, the show starts. I'm super pumped. I get to sing Let's Hear It for the Boy, which is my mom's all-time sort of favorite college song, so.
Hey, Lord, I pray, tell me exactly the words to say.
And how fun is it for kids to actually play high school kids for a change?
That was one of the things that I was really drawn to about picking this show was they get to play high schoolers. The main characters are in high school going through the same things they're going through.
We've only been here 2 days and already Chicago seems a million miles away. But we were barely hanging on there, especially with my father gone. There's not too many places we could stay. And maybe Mom could find a job that's steady. And maybe I could stand it for a year. And maybe things won't be so bad. And maybe I won't miss my dad. And maybe we could start a new life here.
But if
Such a fun show. They have got the 80s hair down pat.
The girls were just hysterical. They were like fluffing their hair out, and it's like, we have to wear this big hair, really? It's like, that was the 80s, girls.
But that's such a good question that kids of this generation, what do they remember from the 80s? Did most of them see the movie? Have they seen the movie?
Some of them wanted to see the movie, and some of them didn't want to see the movie until they'd done the show. So, but a lot of them knew the music from, because the music is all that classic Footloose music.
Oh my goodness. And that music, those classic songs, Hear It for the Boy, how was that to see that?
It's wonderful, and the kids really get into it. They were like, they obviously weren't around when those were big hits, but they really get into the whole choreography and all the dancing. And the boy is really good. I mean, he really does all the Kevin Bacon moves, and Kevin Bacon didn't do his own moves in the movie.
Oh, that's interesting.
He had a stunt dancer for that.
Now, where do they perform this show?
In this great church that they've had is their community theater. So it's really fun when they do the whole opening with the preacher. They're actually in the pews and in the church too. So it really adds a little bit of surround theater with everybody there in the church pews.
Oh, that's perfect.
So cool.
It's Footloose from Beaver Dam Community Theater. It's tonight, tomorrow night at 7:30, and then Sunday, a matinee at 2 o'clock. Tickets are $10, $12, and $14. What's coming up next week?
Next week, we're going to the Dells to see The Wizard of Oz. Oh. We're off to see The Wizard.
Wonderful. All right, Michael, we'll see you then. Have a good weekend.
Stay cool.
Yes, try. We'll be right back.